dedicated to empowering you with information,
to make positive choices,
and be advocates for your overall well-being.
Welcome to The Health View. Welcome to The Health View. I'm Yvonne Dunitz, and today we are at City Hall at Nashua, New Hampshire, to celebrate the 12th annual anniversary of the Nashua International Sculpture Symposium. Join us in this wonderful day to learn all about this wonderful event. Mayor Donchis, it's so wonderful to be here, and I'm sure this is a very exciting time for you. Nashua, New Hampshire is the only city in the entire United States that has an annual International Sculpture Symposium. What does it mean to you as mayor of the city?
Well, Nashua is a very arts-friendly community. We have a very vibrant and active arts culture and arts scene, and this is just part of it, bringing 3 sculptors from around the world to do another work of art for Nashua. It's an exciting day, and I'm looking forward to it.
And you're the MC, so you get to help kind of unveil each of the sculptures and then let the sculptures tell a little bit more about each one.
Yes, and I'm really looking forward to introducing people to all 3 of them.
That's wonderful. We're looking forward to the whole day, and thank you very much for everything that you do.
All right, thank you.
With me now is Gail Moriarty. She is the president of the board of directors of the Nashua International Sculpture Symposium with Vice President Kathy Hirsch. And it is a very exciting day for both of you today. And I know today you are beginning the trolleys and the buses are getting ready for Greater Nashua visitors and residences to come and see all the beautiful sculptures. So tell us, what did it take to get here today?
It's a community effort. It's not only our board of directors, it's our artistic directors, it's the volunteers, it's the people who bring meals, it's the city, the amazing city of Nashua. It is Lisa's whole crew at the DPW and the mayor, and we just have such a wonderful community in in Nashua, and it's all of us.
And you are gifting these sculptures to the city of Nashua, and that comes about through fundraising and the generous donations of people that support it.
Absolutely. And as Gail said, we are just a community project, and the community is part of the whole thing, and so including the funding. So we really appreciate that the community has come out for all of this.
And this is a big year for you because now the International Sculpture Symposium is located at 3 Pine Street, which is also the home of the Picker artists. And in that, you have how many artists there?
We have about a dozen artists. We have 9 studios.
And each on the first and second floor, and you're open to the public. What days of the week?
Monday through Friday, Saturdays till 1 o'clock for sure, sometimes till 3, depending on the time of year.
And each of the artists have studios as well as they sell their wonderful creations that they have. And in order to make it possible for the Sculpture Symposium to be at the 3 Pine Street site, as you became a 501c3, you also needed to fit that space accordingly. What did it entail?
Oh my goodness gracious, it really entailed a lot. We had to upgrade the electricity, the power in the building. We had to get a compressor, which is a major piece of equipment that then we had to get to work. We had to drill holes in the building in order to get the hoses out to the front. All the stone had to be purchased and set up into separate areas for the sculptors to work. We have to remember that sometimes it rains, so sometimes we need a tent, and sometimes it's very hot and we need to be able to eat outside under an umbrella. We need to worry about the parking and where people are going to stand when they're viewing and what kind of activity is going on at the moment. There's a lot going on. We also have to feed our sculptors both lunch and dinner, and we have volunteers coming in and out, and it is that's what makes it very exciting. It is a real challenge to putting all the pieces together, and we have a phenomenal committee, board of directors who all work diligently throughout the symposium and throughout the year, as well as many volunteers. This would not happen without volunteers.
And all of your sculptures are, in fact, people donate money in order to have them get here. Tell us about how that works.
Sure. We offer an opportunity for people to sponsor a sculpture at $3,500 a sculpture. Sometimes it's an individual who sponsors a sculpture. Sometimes it is a group of people. For example, Mother and Child is sponsored by a group of people who all put in enough money to come up to the $3,500. And that gives you a plaque and your name on a plaque. It gives you a lot of any kind of publicity that we're doing, your name on the program. But more than anything, it gives you the opportunity to participate in the symposium in a meaningful way. Because we do pay our sculptors to come, and we pay our artistic director to come, to both artistic directors to participate. And this year in particular, we had new tools to buy and then the upgrades to the building. So we had a significant increase in our budget this year.
So if people wanted to participate in some way or to become a sponsor or to be able to make a donation, how might they go about doing that?
Nashua Sculpture Symposium.org or our Facebook page.
Wonderful. And you start and decide each of the locations for this tour that is about to begin. How did you, in fact, decide the locations for each of the sculptures?
We have a committee of people who look for sites all year long, and then when we identify sites that would be appropriate, they're all on public property. We then go to the Nashua Arts Commission and get approval for those sites. Those sites, because they're on public property, they are the jurisdiction of some board or commission, whether it's the library or the fire department or Board of Public Works, etc. So we then need to go the second layer and go to them. Sometimes we need a third layer if it's Conservation Commission, for example. So we go through all of that process and we put together a list of locations. And then when the sculptors come, we take them on a tour of those locations and they get to choose.
And so what will our day look like today?
We're just going to get on the trolleys and go see the 3 sculptors and talk a little bit, and then we're going to just celebrate. That's it.
And behind us, there's a very special sculpture.
And we are very excited about dedicating Transformation of Beelzebub, which is behind us, to John Weidman for all of his tremendous work as artistic director for the past 12 years. John is retiring this year, so this is particularly exciting for us.
Where do you go from here?
The first site is Bicentennial Park, where Joycelyn Pratt from New Zealand has her sculpture. The second site is Sullivan Park, where Gerard Motondi has his sculpture. He's from Kenya. And the third site is Legacy Park, where Jon Barlow Hudson has his sculpture called Cloud Hands, and he's from the United States.
And the mayor, James Donchis, will be here, and he will be your...
He's our guide.
He's your guide.
He's our guide. He's a wonderful guide.
So tell us about when you get to each of the places that you're going to. What will happen at that
Well,
point?
the mayor will talk a little bit and then ask the sculptor to come up and talk, and then we move on to the next one.
So you'll learn about the sculpture's intent and what was behind their wonderful creation. And ladies, you have done such a great service to the city of Nashua, such treasures that are here and continue to be. And we thank you very much, and we look forward to this wonderful day of seeing it unfold. And congratulations to you both.
Thank you so much.
I'm with Jim Larson right now, and he is the artistic director of the Nashua International Sculpture Symposium. Today is a big day for you, Jim. How do you feel?
We're relieved and excited to present these 3 sculptures to the City of Nashua.
And we'll go from one to the other, and people will get the opportunity to learn all about it, and for you to go through the work and the placement of it. What did that entail?
It was always a conversation with the artists, and that's the nature of having people visit our community, is they bring something and then we offer the conversation in return. And so it'll be exciting to hear from the artists at each site about why they chose to put the pieces where they did and the decisions they made as they were making them.
And you were at a new site this time at 3 Pine Street. And what was that? What were the challenges that you had there in order to make this all come together in a beautiful way?
I think the most exciting part about being on Pine Street there was we were on stage in front of the City of Nashua with such visibility. And so we were really considering our work there as some version of performance. So really fun to think about the making of the piece and the final presentation, both as a means to convey artistic ideas.
Absolutely, and it truly is a creative undertaking, and it's a phenomenal gift that the Nashua Sculpture Symposium gives to the City of Nashua. And the work that you do to help make that all happen and coordinate that is greatly appreciated. So thank you, and we're going to have an exciting day ahead of us.
Thank you.
Why don't we begin our program right here at Bicentennial Park? First of all, I want to welcome all of you here to our 12th annual Sculpture Symposium and to Bicentennial Park, to which we now see a wonderful and beautiful addition. Before we begin, I wanted to introduce you to some of the city officials, former city officials who've been involved over the years in supporting the Sculpture Symposium. Tom Lopez, under the tree, is on the Board of Aldermen now. And Marianne might be here because I see Bogdan. Is Marianne here somewhere? Somewhere down there. Marianne Malizzi-Goli under the tree in the shade, yes. We've also got Barbara Presley, who's a former member of the Board of Aldermen. Where is she? Over here somewhere. We have Latha Manjapudi here from the state rep. We have, I saw Fred T-Boom, I think, somewhere around. Where is he? And there was someone else that I saw that I'm trying to think about.
Representative Wendy Thomas from Merrimack.
Wendy Thomas from Merrimack. And I've probably forgotten someone, and I apologize for that. Of course, Kathy Hirsch used to work for the city, and she was very, very instrumental in this. Where's Kathy? Over here. So thank you to the board of directors, everybody who's been supporting this over such a long period of time. In any event, we're here at beautiful Bicentennial Park. I thought I would mention that in the next year or 2 or 3, there's going to be a lot of improvements along the river. We have developed a riverfront master plan, and we're here, so I thought I'd mention it. We'll have cantilevered bridges and fountains soon and some other things in the river, so it will help us to enjoy this park even more than we already do. Lighting along the river walks, a lot of what they're calling foreign species are going to be removed so that the river becomes more visible for everyone. In any event, this beautiful sculpture is by New Zealand artist Joycelyn Pratt, and she is right here somewhere. Where is she? Thank you very much, Joycelyn. So the name of this sculpture is Bird Dreaming, and Joycelyn has described the sculpture as follows. As society continues to evolve and develop, we continue to have an impact on our environment and all species. This work is suggestive of wishing for a better outcome, how we care for animals and biodiversity, advancing creative solutions to save many species from extinction around the world. Thank you very much, Joycelyn, and hopefully you will say a few words to us regarding your sculpture and regarding your experience here in Nashua.
Thank you. Kia ora koutou. My name's Joycelyn Pratt from Aotearoa, New Zealand, so important that it's Aotearoa, the Indigenous language, and kia ora tātou, greetings everyone. Just obviously have to acknowledge and thank John Wildman for inviting me. Thank you very much. Years and years and years of skills and experience, and I think we had a few debates, but that's the way it goes. I'd like to acknowledge and thank all the volunteers, everyone who brought us lunch, amazing food and dinners, absolutely amazing. All the volunteers who helped us on site, installing, drilling, moving things around, the volunteers who talked to the public, the volunteers who kind of supported us on site. Also have to thank the artists at Pickers. We're a dirty bunch. And yeah, thanks very much, particularly the people, Bonnie and Tanya, for sharing their studios, their quiet space for us. Sorry, it's really dusty and dirty. Also like to acknowledge and thank the other artists. Can't see you now, but always great to work with other artists and share the experience of creating on site. And I think if you gave them a stone, we're all going to do something different with it. And we have to acknowledge that we all have a different style and all work differently. And so appreciate the support from the other artists that we work with. I think someone asked me, what's the best part? What did you see in Nashua? And I said, well, I saw all the other sculptures, and that's amazing. So that's great. People said, what's the best thing? What do you like about Nashua? And I'd have to say, he tangata, he tangata, he tangata. The people, the people, the people. So for me, it's the experience of meeting people and the kindness. Dottie, I can see you over there, encouraging all the people who encouraged us to finish the piece. It was a pretty difficult symposium for me, and thank everyone who actually supported to get the piece done. I'm just kind of thinking if I forgot to thank, Jim, wherever Jim is, my goodness. Amazing amount of energy, absolute support, so creative, so patient when I was demanding a compressor or air or anything else. Really encouraging, and wish you all the best for future symposiums and all the other wonderful creative ideas that you've got. So as said before, this work, and someone said, how did you come up with that idea? Also have to acknowledge Greg Spritzer, another sculptor, who brought me the calcite, which is the bird at the top. Beautiful stone, first time I've ever worked with it. Always amazing to work with new stone. And obviously the beautiful Vermont marble as well. So yeah, this is about the future, really. It's about dreaming for the future of a better society and less impact on the environment and other species.
A big part of the reason why we're New Hampshire's most creative community is not only the wonderful art scene we have here in Nashua, but this sculpture symposium as well.
Now I'd like to introduce you to Janice Cosby, who is a patron of the arts who has supported and sponsored a number of our sculptures in the past, and 3 in the past. And Janice is going to talk to you a little bit about the opportunity of sponsoring the sculptures and the sculptors that we have this year. So I'm going to give you to Janice.
Well, thank you. It's a privilege to be here. We've been in it since 2008 and met wonderful, wonderful people from all around the world. And we met 3 more Tuesday night, and we had a delightful dinner we fixed for them and us also. And so I would like to say that to be a sponsor is $3,500. However, you can join a group of people and pay $350, and your name can go on the plaque and you can be a sponsor, which I think is a great idea, a wonderful idea. I didn't come up with that, somebody else did. And I'd like to know later who it was. And so anybody that would like to have their name on a plaque with a beautiful, beautiful sculpture, you can do it. $350, and I think it's well worth it.
Welcome here to our second site of 2019, which is Sullivan Park, in a neighborhood that we know as Crown Hill. Now, I'm going to introduce Gerard in a minute. Why doesn't Gerard come on up? Gerard Motondi. Now, Gerard tells me that the stone, which is very beautiful, is green serpentine, right? Now, I've already noticed that there are people going up and touching this, so I can tell you, I can guarantee that it is good luck for anyone to go rub this particular sculpture. So if you want good luck, come up here and rub it anytime today or in the future. Anyway, Gerard is here from, of course, Kenya, his home country, and we're very happy to have him. He came from a long, long way, as did Joycelyn. Now, this sculpture is called Germination of a Spirit, and Gerard has expressed this thought regarding his work of art. We always conceive ideas on every aspect of our life and our daily encounters. These internal desires and ideas come out and are realized for others to see. It is the spirit inside that evolves to our daily ventures. As the idea develops progressively, we achieve greater aspects of what we are in all spheres of life. Nothing comes of nothing, but from something, hence evolving point, where spirit grows to enrich our joy. So we really appreciate your addition here to Crown Hill and to Sullivan Park. And why don't we call on Gerard to give us a few thoughts.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much. I feel greatly humbled to be here in Nashua today, and allow me very sincerely to thank the organization for giving me the opportunity to come and participate in the 12th Nashua International Sculpture Symposium. My special thanks and regards to John Weidman, who is my all-time friend. I've worked with him before, and he made it sure that through the committee, I come and donate my work to the community of Nashua. Allow me to sincerely thank the artist community where we used to work at 3 Pine Street, because they allowed us to use their space. That was a very valuable space, and I believe we are the first people this year to use that space, which was quite ideal. In the same note, I want to thank everybody, because you also made it out of your busy schedules to come and see us, and that was indeed energizing our move and handling of the stone. Thank you so much. The host family, my host, Kathy, you are very wonderful. Indeed, every symposium for me is a learning experience. I've learned a lot. I've learned from my colleagues whom we worked with, Joycelyn and Jon Barlow Hudson. They are great people. John, I met him 2006 in China, and it was really a coincidence and a very good luck that we met here again to work together. Allow me again to say thank you so much for all the people who are supporting this venture. It's a very rare venture because we don't have symposiums in every country, but I do realize in Nashua you have it annually. That is a good gesture for giving the artists opportunity to express themselves. I'm very grateful because the stone that we have is green serpentine. I've never used green serpentine before. So giving me opportunity to use it in Nashua is a great, great, great appreciation on my side. Now, this is unique because the color green is a color of hope. The park where we are, I'm seeing trees, is a very good space. This is hope. And again, as he has said, just come and feel the stone. No, it is very therapeutic. It's healing. Sculpture heals. So when you touch it, when you have stress, just come around, walk around, feel it, and think, and you get back home when you're okay. I had the opportunity to meet the Kenyan community in Nashua, and they gave me the opportunity to see and know them. I didn't know them before. That was very good, and I'm grateful that I'm seeing some of them around here. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming to give me this support. The people who gave us the tools, Andres community, please, John, pass my regards, because we were able to use that. James Carson, David, and Mark were very valuable when we were moving the stones and working all around. I appreciate. Now, what is germination of a spirit? Each and every one of us has a spirit. Whatever you do, you are coming here today was derived by the spirit. That spirit evolved, came out of you, where it germinated, and you were able to see this good, great, bright day. I'm very happy that germination of spirit will start from here, and wherever we go, whatever we do, we are going to germinate that spirit. Lastly, allow me and join me in the following. Kathy
hosted Gerard. So, Kathy Abel, do you want to give us a little bit about your... Did you get a serenade every night, or... Yeah.
My kids, too, and grandkids. Gerard speaks for himself. You can see how delightful he is, and it's just been pure joy to have him here. This has been my first experience with the symposium, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I thank you all for including me and making me part of it. Thank you.
So we are going now on to Legacy Park. We have Jon Barlow Hudson, who is from USA, Ohio. What part of Ohio?
Yellow Springs, near Dayton and Wright Pat Air Force Base.
And Jon has done a wonderful work here. Now, if you come to see this in the future, this may only be a temporary placement, because in the first 24 hours or so, we've discovered that not only is it a beautiful work of art, but it's a very attractive climbing structure. So we may put it in a place a little bit further away from where the kids gather. Jon knows about that already, though. So now Jon has described his work here, which is entitled Cloud Hands, as life begins and then evolves out from the center, macro and micro, conically. One moves from the center, one lives from the center. The natural stone of New Hampshire evolves through the fabrication of humankind technology into processed stone, as seen in the two types of New Hampshire granite in the sculpture. So Jon, we're hoping you'll say a few words about your work and maybe about your experience in Nashua.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here amongst all of you folks, and great fun to have been able to contribute to your community. Thanks to everybody that has contributed either financially or culinarily or domicile way. It's been great working with John Weidman. This the second time for me, and the other artists who I met both in different countries previously. As for the stones, they're just too beautiful. The lower stones are natural as quarried stones can be, and then the processed stones above with their beautiful surfaces and the tapestry granite. I like to juxtapose different textures and surfaces, and I also like to include man-made elements like the stainless steel truncated tetrahedron, which is holding it together. So we have nature and technology in a harmonious balance, and that's a goal we need to achieve as human beings on the planet, or otherwise, you know what that means. So I hope you guys love the sculpture as much as I do. It's great to be able to give you a piece, and again, an honor to be here. Thank you.
We are now located at the new home of the sculpture created by Jon Barlow Hudson. I invite you to go online to the Nashua Sculpture Symposium.org website. Learn about the over 30 sculptures that have been gifted to the City of Nashua. Download the map and take your own self-guided tour. Thank you.